Yo, Tank Davis is fighting Jake Paul. Gervonta Davis is fighting Jake Paul. I thought I would never see the day. Now I knew they were going back and forth on the internet. Tank on a podcast said he will fight Jake. He would be down and kind of like, called him a bitch and stuff. But I never actually expected them to actually fight. And there's a lot of like brain dead people on the internet who actually think that Jake is gonna win. Who actually think Jake Paul is gonna beat Tank just because of the height difference and the weight difference. Now, let me tell you this straight up. If a bodybuilder was to fight a 5'5", 140-pound boxer, that boxer is knocking him out. I don't even care if he's 250. He's getting his ass knocked by the boxer. Because not only does the boxer know how to fight, he can hit with precision, with power, and with quickness that it will be hard for the big guy to actually react to it, his punches. So I don't know how people think Jay's gonna win. Let's check it out.
All right, breaking news. Breaking news. Now, depending on how you feel about this news, it could be good news or it could be bad news. But it's definitely breaking news. But, I got some very good news. Regardless, I'm giving away $30,000, baby. Been 100,000 subscribers. Every subscribers before this subscriber. You know how we'll be putting this breaking news. I hope you guys are one of the lucky winners. Don't forget, man, add me.
Oh my god.
You guys on November 15th at State Farm Arena in Atlanta.
Oh, they're fighting November 15th? How long is that from now? Today's is August, so like in 2 months. Damn. Legit, like less than 2 months they're gonna fight. Wait. Tax Paul fight, collapse network. Paul's last fight took place at 200 pounds while Davis is a champion of 135.
Exhibition live on Netflix. Sources confirmed to Mike Coppinger. Talks for Paul to face Anthony Joshua collapsed over network issues. Paul's last fight took place at 200 pounds, while Davis is a champion at 135, which is lightweight. Look, I want to say this about that. Here's my take. You guys already know whatever we say in the war. I'm sorry. I tried to do this professionally. I tried to do this professionally. I'm not going to retake that. Whatever we do in the war room, people are going to have a response. And honestly, I don't know if Tank fans are going to really respond this time in a negative way to this take I'm going to have.
Wait, what is he gonna say?
But here are my concerns. One.
The thing is, before he says anything, we did see Logan Paul fight Mayweather, and obviously Logan Paul had a huge advantage. But to be honest, the whole fight he did not win. I don't know why in his mind Logan thought he won. He didn't win that. Like in boxing terms, he didn't really get any points on him. He didn't really get any clean hits on him. I think he got like one or two, but the whole time I feel like Mayweather wasn't even aggressive that fight. I hope this fight it's not like that fight because that fight was actually boring. This fight would actually be entertainment if Tank was actually going aggressive, which I think he will. I think in the first round, this is how I see it. Jake is gonna go for the power shots, the knockout punch, and Tank is just gonna do what he usually does when he lets his opponents hit him, and then out of nowhere he's gonna clock him, just like that.
How the hell is Tank too small for 140 but can fight Jake Paul at 200? And listen, dude, don't give me it's an exhibition. Jake Paul himself says it's only an exhibition because no one would sanction the weight difference. Other than that, all the rules going to be same as a pro fight. Someone can get their asses knocked the hell out.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. And so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
And when you say exhibition, like, are there
10 3-minute
the restrictions on that?
No restrictions, just the fact that we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned.
And this was always the plan. Tank Davis.
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, yeah, I don't know why. Literally, if he can fight Jake Paul at that weight difference, bro. But yeah, again, Jake Paul isn't a professional. I mean, he kind of is. I mean, he is fighting. Look, this is what I'll say about Jake Paul. Jake Paul is actually doing good, and he's actually like ingratiating himself into the sport of boxing, which is good. He obviously started with fighting retired like old heads, right? But usually you don't go for the best immediately. The only one actual boxer he fought was proper boxer was Tyson Fury, which he lost. Now he's fighting another actual pro boxer, and this isn't just a proper. Look, I say Tyson Fury is a proper boxer, but he's not even the best in his weight division. He's not even close to the level of Tyson Fury. All right, let's not get it twisted. But Tank is actually like, I think he's the highest he's ranked was fourth or fifth, or maybe even higher in the pound for pound boxer of the world. I forgot his actual ranking, but I know he ranked pretty high one year. And bro, this man's Tank, bro. Like, come on, his knockout punch, bro. He's known for his knockout punch.
It's told you at the press conference, the post press conference of the month. Honestly, here's just a video of all of this being in the works for a while now.
He's gonna call? All right. Yeah, that's how I usually do. And backflip, knockout, backflip, call someone out.
No, I don't never call nobody out.
Ooh, so it'll be your first time. So more reason to tune in on March 1st.
Yeah, but I just told you that in the air. You said.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year? Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
Oh, well, what is?
You might see it in a minute.
With you and Tank actually being a thing, was that something that was talked about?
Yeah, no, it was highly talked about and in negotiations and almost ready to make happen, but he has to do his rematch with Lamont and get that W, and then we'll be able to run it back. But me and Gervonta were scheduled to fight for sure.
So this was always a thing, and which kind of explains.
And they were going back and forth in the internet.
Lamont Roach won that fight, bro. They robbed him of the knockdown. He won that fight. You count the knockdown. Let's just say it's a draw. You count the knockdown, Lamont Roach wins officially. All right, they robbed him of the knockdown. And which makes sense, okay, because this is going to be one hell of a bag. And I want to make this understood. This isn't one hell of a bag because Jake Paul is a hell of a bag type of guy. They both are. It's the matchup, all right? I've seen Jake Paul have fights that didn't do so well, like Mike Perry, it did okay. I think he had like 2 fights against guys nobody really knew. It did okay, but Jake Paul really shines financially depending on the matchup, all right? You got the Fury fight, you got the Tyson fight, and you got this Tank Davis fight. And really, a lot of Jake Paul early stuff was going viral because it was like sensational. Now, people kind of see Jake Paul as one of 2 things. 1, he's just good now, okay? He's a fighter. Or 2, people think that all his shit is fake. But I tell you this, how I feel, I've seen Jake Paul. Jake Paul can fight, okay? He can fight. Which is why I got Jake Paul knocking out Tank Davis.
What are we doing here, bro? There's no way. You got Jake Paul knocking out Tank. He's trolling. He has to be trolling. There's no way. Nah. There's no way. There's no way.
It's time to go to school.
You will lose.
This is supposed to be, that's the picture. You understand? That's the picture. Y'all think I'm bull-jiving. Yeah, my prediction is Jake Paul at 200 plus pounds knocks out a lightweight. I can't, listen, bro, why would I think otherwise, right? I would only think otherwise if Jake Paul didn't have any experience boxing, but now he's been in.
Look. If Jake Paul wins this, I'll shave off my whole head, bro. Okay, I take that back. But look. I see what people think the weight difference, but the thing is, I feel like the weight difference will be a huge factor if Jake Paul was actually like one of the big boxers. Like if he actually I know he boxes and stuff, right? But he's not, he's not a title contender boxer, you know? He's like a mid-tier boxer or low tier boxer, low mid-tier boxer. He's not like up there, you know?
Any camps, he done put together a decent resume. He put together a resume as any boxer would who has fought a handful of 11 fights or 12, I don't know his rank. All right, but what I'm saying is he's a heavyweight fighting a lightweight. I'm assuming he knocks him out, but I tell you this, I would be rooting on Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm rooting for Gervonta to win. I cannot, as a boxing fan, okay, as I'm talking about as a deep-rooted boxing fan, Tank, I'm rooting on you to win. Am I rooting on this fight? Well, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to be watching the damn fight. And MVP, let's talk. Because I want to work the fight, all right? I'm going to say, and plus, if we got a wager, MVP, on what's the bigger fight, Nello, Terrence Crawford, or a Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, if Nello and Terrence Crawford, which, come on, you guys, this has to be a bigger fight. If it's not, I got to meet up with you guys to give you guys the money I owe you any damn way. But, listen, I just want to let you guys know, MVP, I am rooting on Tank Davis to win. I have a few takes though. Okay. One is Jake Paul. His name is no longer the problem child. His name is now the pound for pound child. He is the epitome of pound for pound at this point. I don't know anyone who can be in a negotiation with an Anthony Joshua heavyweight, but end up fighting Tank Davis. How you can cover so much ground? How can you negotiate with Canelo Alvarez, negotiate with Anthony AJ Joshua, and end up landing a fight with Tank Davis? At this point, Jake Paul is Mr. Pound for Pound. You heard it here first. I'm going to say this too. I'm not sure if I've ever seen.
I mean, the thing is, bro, because I feel like most boxers are trying to fight him. They're not trying to fight him, like, they're not, like, desperate enough, but they are down to fight him because of the bag. Like, that bag does come with fighting Jake Paul, especially since he's a YouTube sensation. Now trying to be a boxer. Well, I say he is a boxer now. Now turned to a boxer. Mind you, when I say that, I don't mean he's the best in the world. He's a freaking champion. No. I just mean he's turned into like anybody can turn into a pro boxer for real. But that's because of that YouTube sensation stuff and YouTubers, the whole YouTuber being boxers now. That's why it gets a lot of high, especially as he gets a lot of hate. A lot of people want to watch his fight to see him get knocked out.
Fighter at the prime of his career like Tank Davis have a fight like this. These fights are usually the fights that if you are in a different sport, like a Tyron Woodley, or if you're an actor or some kind of celebrity or something, or if you're Mike Tyson far past his prime, Muhammad Ali did it, Jack Dempsey did it. I think he's one of the first ones to ever do something like that, have that cross type of fight where you fight a wrestler and, the spectacle thing. You have these fighters who've done that. Now, Tyson Fury did it with Francis Ngannou, okay, but at least Francis Ngannou was kind of seen as like a devastating striker. Plus, Tyson Fury was at the tail end of his career. He was not the same Tyson Fury. AJ had to go and knock him. So maybe AJ is the closest thing to doing this. All right, this here is just unheard of. Tank Davis fighting Jake Paul, honestly, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. It's a bad for Tank Davis. Not for.
I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be a huge bad look if he loses. If he loses, it will be a big blow.
Jake. Ain't a bad look for Jake. It's a bad look for Tank. All right, it's a bad look. And
Jake is winning the whole winning. I don't say he's winning the fight, but I mean in this whole scenario, he's winning because he's gonna get paid a lot and he's improving his resume. He's getting more experience, and it looks good on Jake's part that he actually took a fight with Gervonta Davis, who's known for his punching and knockout power. But Tank taking this fight it is a bad look because, first of all, he usually fights at 135. He never goes up 135, and now he's down to fight someone who's 200 pounds. It's like it just looks bad.
And negotiating, I heard he's negotiating or starting negotiations with Lamar Roach. You hearing that? That Shakur may end up fighting Teofimo Lopez in January. There's all these fighters who's trying to build their legacies on some real shit, and then you got this, okay, which this fight was always going to be a thing. My last take is this. Netflix. I think, well, I almost had to say, fighting on Netflix, we're going to have to be careful. The reason why I'm saying that is because now with the Mike Tyson fight, all right, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and then you have Canelo Crawford, and then you have Jake Paul Tank. Though Canelo Crawford's a real thing that everybody's hyped about, you kind of starting to look at the platform as a special event type of thing for boxing. One of those celebrity deathmatch type of. I mean, you already got WWE on Netflix, so I can see no diss to Netflix because Netflix never said they were a sports channel. Netflix never said that it was a boxing channel, okay? So Netflix doing their job. I'm just saying if you have to be careful with the matches because as of right now, it feels like Netflix is branded as if you're gonna have a boxing event there, it would have to be something like this, okay? And we don't want that because I think TKO is going to end up making Netflix their house of boxing, which is Dana White's boxing league partnered with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. So you gotta be careful. You don't want people to say, as soon as they're a fight on Netflix, you don't want people to start doing that. But this here is going to be a big fight. I'm going to be there. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to talk about it. All right? Just like I did with Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. At the end of the day, though it's disappointing as a boxing fan, stop the bull jive. We're all going to tune in. We're all going to tune in. This is so damn weird. You cannot
100%.
We're all going to tune in.
100%.
And I'm going to tell you this. If Gervonta doesn't see Jake Paul as somebody he wants to beat the hell out of, and I'm talking not the playful Tank.
Look, bro, I'll be honest, bro. I just hope the fight is actually entertaining and not just the whole Mayweather versus Logan Paul incident where like that shit was boring. Like I hope Tank actually goes into this match wanting to knock him out, bro. Cause I'm gonna be honest, you'll see. You know, we're gonna see the difference, bro. We're just gonna see the difference between YouTube boxing and pro boxing in this fight. We already have seen it with Tyson Fury, but this is like difference between an actual world class pound for pound fighter versus another pound for pound fighter who's been making a name for himself as lately.
Right? That dance in his underwear and be doing. Not that. I'm talking about Tank Davis, who did the feint at Frank Martin. If I need that Tank to show, I said the same thing about Mike Tyson. I need that Tank to show up because if this playful Tank and Jake Paul got you laughing and shit, you're gonna laugh and have a good time, and Jake Paul's gonna take you seriously and try to take your head off come fight night, come November 15th.
What are you guys doing? This is supposed to be an exhibition.
Let me know how you feel in the comments below. Showbiz adult. Don't forget the bread. All right.
Hey, hey, let's see what Shakur had to say about it because I know Shakur Stevenson.
He's 12-1. Tank Davis obviously been boxing his whole life. He's 30-0-1. He's knocked everybody out except for 3 opponents in his life. But at what point does size matter so much though, where it can't be overcome, Shakur? And is it in this case here when you've got what is like a 70-pound difference between these two guys?
I mean, size will play some part of the fight, but if I'm thinking like I'm Tank, I'm probably just gonna go out there and try to outbox him and use my knowledge and IQ against him. So I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Tank's definitely not boxing because he has like way better technique, and stuff. It's just the pound. It's just the weight difference. It's you know, it could play a factor, but we're gonna see how big of a factor weight difference actually plays in boxing.
Is there any way any realistic or legitimate way in your mind you could see Jake Paul winning a fight against Tank?
No.
No way.
Nope.
Not a lot of people have talked about Jake and said he's got good power. Not even and I get anything could technically happen, but you don't even see a realistic shot where he could land one big punch and Tank being so much smaller, he just can't handle the power.
Nah, not at all. I think Tank is he's been boxing his whole life. Been boxing since a kid, so I doubt like that's gonna be an issue or problem. I think Jake is good for where he's at, but I think it's just levels.
Do you see a more likely chance that Tank
There
wins
are
by
levels to
decision
this.
or by knockout?
By decision. I mean, that guy's too big. I don't think that he's just gonna knock that guy out. So I see.
Look, he can't, bro. The thing is, Tank is known for like making people go in on him, and then he freaking without them even noticing, they're already on the floor. So if Tank does that and Jake Paul gets a little too reckless and Tank sees that, he's gonna capitalize that and let Jake Paul throw some punches so he can leave an opening for Tank to just go and then it's over.
See him like outboxing him.
Could you see a realistic possibility where Tank could knock him out? Although more likely that it is, like you just said, a decision.
Nah, I don't see him knocking him out. No.
Will you watch Shakur? I mean,
no.
Obviously, no.
Hell no, nah. That ain't really like size of me when it comes down to. I got a business side, then I got a competitor side, and from the competitive aspect, it don't excite me for me to be like, okay, I want to watch it. But from the business side, I understand as though why would he go that route? So
I know some checks are just hard to say no to. If they had come to you or they do come to you in the future with a similar type of offer, is that something that you would say, okay, hey, money's money and this is good money?
Yeah, but I got a lot of pride, bro. So like,
I know
my pride may kick in to where it's like, if I just had a draw with somebody, I may go do the rematch just because of the fact
Shakur, bro, like you're taking that fight, bro. Like let's be honest, he's taking that. Like, bro, Shakur, you don't even sell fights right now. You will definitely would take that fight.
The people think that this guy could beat me, so I want to shut y'all up and let it be known that this guy can't beat me. It's not no debate. Yeah. So my pride may kick in, but then also, it's a lot of money on the table. I kind of get where he's at with it too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will get that. It's interesting because it may actually sort of in a way involve you, Shakur, right? Because obviously you mentioned Lamont, and after the draw, a lot of people thought, okay, hey, that rematch is going to happen with Tank and Lamont. Obviously, that's not going to happen, at least not now. And then people started talking about you and Lamont fighting each other. Is that where you're focused on? Is that what is going to happen? And where are we with those negotiations then, Shakur?
I got 2 names right now. T.O. is front line and Lamont is like right behind him. So depending on how much money they offering and which one makes the most sense, I'll fight either Teofimo Lopez or Lamont Roach.
Hey, those are both two great fights, right? I think fans would be very excited about either.
Yeah, the thing with T.O., I think it'll kind of bump me up on that pound for pound list because he's like a pound for pound kind of guy. Yeah, I think that would be a good.
I mean, I'd love to see that Teal fight. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But then also Lamont, he's on his high horse because of what he did with Tank. So either option is amazing for me.
Yeah, that's great. Before I get you, well, let you go, Shakur, I got to ask you about obviously this fight coming up next month that is truly as good as it gets, and tell me if I'm wrong about this. But obviously, your friend, your mentor, Terrence Bud Crawford, going up fighting Canelo Alvarez again. I mean,
oh my God, I forgot Canelo and Crawford fight too. Oh my, I cannot wait for that. Wait, when do they fight?
I don't know how you make a better matchup than that. I know you just got done, I think yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, training with Bud. How's Bud look? How's he dealing with the added size? We're only a few weeks away from this thing now.
I mean, Bud is ready. Bud is always gonna come
They're
in.
about to fight soon. Oh my God, bro, that Canelo's Crawford fight about to go crazy.
100%, and he's gonna be on top of his game. He's gonna be sharp, fast, strong. I think that's the thing that's gonna surprise a lot of people with this fight is Bud power carries up. It's not just power that was just there for 147 or 140. His power carries up in weight. So I think that's the biggest thing that's going to surprise everybody.
Shakur, have you noticed that he's a step slower? And any downside to adding on a little bit of size with Bud?
I mean, I can't get into his camp details, but ain't nothing slowed down. Bud is his 38 is like somebody's 30. Like,
right.
It's just a different kind of thing with him. He don't drink, he don't smoke. He's very disciplined. He always active every day of his life. So
well, this is a different fight, bro. But yeah, a lot of mixed emotions, bro. Let me see on TikTok something real quick. Damn, like everyone's on this.
He's more skilled technically because he's been fighting longer, but Jake Paul's gonna win the fight. It's just easy to say, right? It's easy to say,
bro. I mean, if he does, it's fair play to Jake Paul, but it's the weight difference. Yeah. But look, apparently Aiden Ross bet 34 M's. 34 M's. So on Jake winning. So let's see who wins. But hey, I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna be honest, this is actually a great thing for boxing. I don't care what anyone says, it's amazing for boxing. I'll catch. I hope to be entertained, if I'm being honest. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.